That means Tuesday. We expect for the defense to put on their witnesses, and they actually believe only about a day or two of witnesses. We could see both sides rest by Wednesday of next week. That means closing arguments on on Thursday, actually. Whether or not the judge gives the case to the jury on Friday to begin deliberating or Monday, I would expect, if you're thinking Thursday for closing arguments, following Thursday, maybe the following Thursday after that, July 3rd or so, we might have a verdict.
Don't listen to all these other YouTubers out there. They're telling you that this case is over, that Diddy's done, Diddy's cooked. Apparently, the defense is so confident in their client getting off that they're not even going to take more than a couple days for the defense response. So they're not even going to call a whole litany of witnesses. This prosecution is taking weeks. What they're going to do, they said, is going to take a couple days. A couple days at best. We got a lot of developments in the Diddy case. Yesterday and this last week has been pretty eventful, but kind of more the same in some ways. We also had a summary witness, and the prosecution is closing things up. But right now, Diddy's, if you listen to anyone on YouTube, they're referring to him as Diddy's narcotic mule, his drug mule. But when he describes his position, things sound a lot different than what you would think. His name is Brendan Paul. They call him to the stand. The feds say, "Do you recognize this person?" Tuxedo photo shown. Sean Combs. "I worked for him until I was arrested at Florida airport for possession of in my personal assistant bag." Why was it there? "I was sweeping Mr. Combs' room." How do you come to work for Mr. Combs? Through a vote. Ely Mauron, he told me, guess that's another employee, "Get in to get out. If you have a girlfriend, break up with her. You'll never see her." Did you interview? Late October 22 at 200 South Mapleton Drive. How were you greeted there? My ID was scanned and I had to sign an NDA. Frankie Santella and Christina Coram was there. KK. KK's name's been brought up a lot as the chief of staff of Diddy's team. Did they hire you? And they're also trying to implicate her in some of these alleged crimes. But what it's really starting to seem like is that these people were assistants that were in support of Diddy 24/7. And so to call it a criminal enterprise is a bit of a reach. Did they hire you? Yes, I would pack a lot of joints in the garage, marijuana. When did you meet Mr. Combs? KK came into the garage and told me to come to a listening party in the backyard and take notes. What was KK's role? Chief of staff, helped out with the family. Did KK use Mr. Combs' phone? Yes. How many assistants did Mr. Combs have? At first 5, then 4, then 2. Given my college basketball background, I helped Mr. Combs with workouts. So he was also serving as a trainer. You know how important trainers are around here. Cassie's husband was one of Diddy's trainers, wasn't he? Or one of her trainers. Who is this? Jonathan Perez. And this? Frank Butler, Frank Rodriguez. Damn, Diddy's got a whole butler. That's kind of crazy. Well, I guess it's not. He probably thinks he's like Batman. You know what I mean? Got to have Alfred. What did Mr. Combs' butler do? Stand next to Puff, give him water, chapstick, whatever he needed. Did you have group chats with KK? Yes. Turn to the binder and flip through it. Who is this? Fahim. We called him Fa. F-A-H. What was your salary? Started at $75,000 a year, then $100,000. I got paid bi-weekly by Combs Enterprises. So he's actually making a lot more than Mia was a Diddy's assistant. She was probably making 50 to 75, something like that. For pretty much the same job, probably less rolling. And you know, that's funny too about the blunt roller position, right? We've seen like a big joke on Instagram for years that people are out here hiring blunt rollers. It was like, yeah, I roll so many blunts. I just need somebody to be on staff to roll my blunts. Like, that's all I need. And that's apparently what this guy, one of his functions was when he first came on. Where'd you live? In Airbnb, in LA and Miami. Where did KK stay? In LA, an apartment 4 minutes from 200 South Mapleton. In Miami, in Two Star Island, which I guess that's Diddy's other property. Did you accompany Mr. Combs to paid club appearances? Yes. He would ask for $150,000 and they'd have to sell things for him. Huh. Oh, okay, they're selling merch probably, right? Club appearances. What did you do to stay awake? Prescription Adderall and sometimes cocaina, that powder. What was your job? To make sure Mr. Combs was always happy, he'd say, I don't take no for an answer. He told us to move like SEAL Team 6. Wow, they got to move like Navy SEALs out there doing Diddy's like assistant work. That's crazy. But it sounds about right. Did Mr. Combs fire you? Yes, for forgetting his Lululemon fanny pack when he went on a walk. He said, I don't want to see your face anymore. Tell KK you are fired. What did you do? Bought a Lululemon fanny pack, get it in, lay low. Huh. Get it in. I guess he gave it to him maybe. This is from Inner City Press, so this isn't exact. Shout out to Inner City Press. They're doing a great job on covering this case on Twitter. X. Did you ever complain to HR? No, that wasn't a thing. Why not? HR even forgot to pull my federal taxes my first 8 months. You just go to Mr. Combs. Did Mr. Combs use rugs? Yes. E, cocaina, E, powder, and more. Well, what is in this photo? My hand with E and 2C, pink powder. Why did you take the photo? To ask staff what to do with it after I found it. I was told to put it in his bag. Did you buy Mary Jane for him? Yes. From whom? Philippines, Puff Like Sunset Sherbet. Oh, okay, that's a particular strain. Who were the other dealers Mr. Combs used? One Stop, Guido, Baby Girl, and I think it's spelled OEI. Who is this? Funny smile on face and photo. Is this your chat with Baby Girl? What is happening? Jonathan Perez is introducing me to Baby Girl. She'd ask me is it for you or Puff? I replied, Puff, but tell anyone it's for me. Why? Puff is high profile, so we used aliases. Aliases. Did Mr. Combs use Cialis? Yes, we put it in his nightstand. You got to have Cialis for the FOs, I guess, at this point. Your message to Love Red Phone. What does it mean? I called Puff Love. His red phone was personal. The business phone was yellow. What did he text you? Zans. How did he pay you for narcotics? Cash from the Gucci bag or security, usually Fahim. Is this text? What is flowers? Mary Jane. Did you also call it tree? Here, Fahim tells me I'll get back once Duke comes on shift. And Mr. Combs did Mr. Combs have you take narcotics? Yes, to test his 2C. Did you want to take it? I wanted to prove my loyalty. What were Wild King nights? Mr. Combs and significant others, narcotics, and sex. Did Jane participate in Wild King nights? Jane is the Jane Doe previously on before him. Yes. Did Mr. Combs' other girlfriends participate in Wild King nights? Not that I'm aware of. Who called them Wild King nights? KK. I just say he's going to hotels. Right. So they call it a hotel night. They call it a freak off. I think Cassie said that. And the Wild King nights. Did Mr. Combs stop using hotels and move them to residences? Yes, after the Cassie lawsuit. Oh, so this is very current. This is right after the Cassie lawsuit. What did you do? Clean up after. What does this say? That Jane coming in. Brendan is setting up. Wild King nights probable. Where did you make the reservation? Nobu. Where's this Wild King night? Jane's residence. I wrote running to Walmart for them. KK asked, Wild King mode activated? Active? Wild King mode active? They call it Wild King mode. That's crazy. Or Gucci bag active. Oh, I see. Which is which? What did you say? Between the two. Oh, Gucci bag must be where the powder was. Wild King must have been where the baby oil was. How did you know what to buy for Mr. King's Wild King night? We had shared a document in the notes app. That's hilarious. Who was responsible for the Astroglide? The property manager. I didn't think the 200 South Mapleton manager was good. So I took the photo to show the manager how to lay out the Astroglide in her bathroom. How do you put in for the cash? Robin at TriStar. Did Mr. Combs contact you from Wild King nights? Yes, by voice notes or FaceTime. Whoa. Wouldn't want no FaceTime from no hotel party. Like, hey, Playboy. What's going on, Playboy? I'm over here. Take a look where I'm at. He called me to go get a outfit. But he never called me back. What does that mean? He wanted him to participate, or did he want him to get an outfit for him? And what is a S outfit? That's a good question. How did you clean up after? I wore gloves. Why? Sanitary reasons. Is this a photo of the day of your arrest? Yes, March 25th, rented jet. The cocaine you were arrested with, was it Mr. Combs? Brian Steele says, objection, sustain. Was it yours? No. Was it Mr. Combs? Objection, overruled. Mr. Combs, what did you do after arrest? Oh, he said, Mr. Combs. What did you do after arrest? A diversion program, drug treatment, no further questions. So he just gets to do a diversion program, and you got your boss, about to face life in prison. That's crazy. That's crazy. For him to actually be handling all this and be part of the organization, quote unquote, which they're still having a hard time proving that this is an enterprise or organization. He mentions this later.
It was somewhat of a bit of a sleight of hand by the government asking if this was an enterprise, and Brendan Paul said yes. Don't forget, whether or not this is a criminal enterprise goes to that RICO conspiracy. But again, Brian Steele on cross-examination came back and said, when you say enterprise, do you mean a criminal enterprise, or do you mean an enterprise because the name of the company, the name of where you got money from was Combs Enterprise? And I said, yeah, it's Combs Enterprise. It's an enterprise, not a criminal enterprise. We're here for music, production, the arts, things of that nature. So
then how can you just do a diversion program and also take immunity for your testimony in exchange for your testimony? So he's having to do really no jail time at all for being caught with the pink powder. It's crazy. All right. Let's see. No further questions. Cross-examination. Brian Steele comes up. Our boy Brian Steele. You walked on to play basketball at Syracuse for an iconic coach. Yes. You played UNC, but COVID ended it? Yes. You weren't just a drug mule, were you? Objection. Overruled. I was not just that. It was a minor part of what you did. Absolutely. Personal use. Boy, Brian Steele's good. He getting into him now. Personal use. Judge, rephrase. The hotel nights were personal. Objection. Judge says, rephrase. It was Mr. Combs and Jane relaxation personal, right from your observation. Yes. Did you see Jane as hesitant? I did not. Whoa. There you have it. Now you have another person in addition to the workers, because people said the S workers were probably biased because they didn't think that any of the girls were having any type of opposition to what was happening at the freak off. This guy actually just confirms that at least Jane, who is the second, she's obviously not Cassie and she's not one of the other girls. But Jane, did you see Jane as hesitant? Brendan Paul says, I did not. Steele goes on to say, if you saw non-consensual activity, you would not have worked there, right? The feds say, objection. Judge says sustained. I don't know why he sustained that. Oh, man. Maybe it's a leading question. You would not work for a criminal, would you? No. You care about your reputation. Boy, man, he's good. Yes. You were arrested for 27 grams, barely personal use. It was a mistake, right? Yes. And the case was dismissed. Yes. Did drugs make Sean more focused? He got extremely creative. As you sit here today, are you indebted to Sean Combs? Good experiences for the most part. No further questions. Sidebar before redirect? Yes. They come back from the sidebar. Did you know what was happening in the Wild King Nights? Objection. Steele says objection. Rephrase. Were you there? No. What did you think the $5,000 was for? Objection. Sustained. Did you give Mr. Combs $5,000 in cash in another context? No. You said you wouldn't work for a criminal, but you bought narcotics from Mr. Combs. Yes, more than 5 times, less than 10. How do you feel about Mr. Combs? It's complicated. No further questions. Brian Steele says, no recross. Thank you. You may go, Mr. Paul. Brendan Paul leaves. So yeah, there you have it. Some interesting stuff that Brendan Paul brings to this. You know, a lot of people thought this would be a slam dunk witness to show that there was trafficking going on of illicit substances. But I don't think that's going to get proven with this. And a lot of the stuff that they're banking on is just kind of falling flat in some ways. They definitely have, that's what I'm saying. There's so much sensationalism going on the internet on how people are telling this story and how they want the outcome that they want to happen is happening, that you're not getting a fair perspective of what's really happening. This is pretty much a bombshell. This is confirming once again that these acts were consensual. That's huge. That takes away that whole argument of, oh, these women are being coerced and drugged and tranquilized and everything else. Because what reason does this guy have to lie about? You know? Now, this, like I said, this doesn't absolve Diddy of domestic battery and abuse. Like, that is some reprehensible shit. Like, he is dead wrong for that, right? But that's not what this case is about. So we're going to have to make that clear. And, you know, like I said, there's some funny stuff that happened with the jurors, and one of the jurors that definitely probably would have been in Diddy's favor. Somehow he just gets magically taken off the case, excluded. So it's interesting turn of events, but I think this is going to be one of those moments we look back on, like the OJ trial. And we're going to see whether it goes this way or that way. But anyway, let me know what you think about it in the comments. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification for all uploads. This is Fawcett Media.